Hi, and welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's Game of Thrones Season 5 trailer initial thoughts. So if you don't know, the last two episodes of Season 4 of Game of Thrones played in certain IMAX theaters this week in North America, in which the premiere of the Season 5 trailer was shown. But seeing as I don't live in North America, I was unable to see it, but the trailer was leaked online, so I watched it tonight several dozen times. Although an official HD version of this trailer hasn't been released online yet, so far it's just someone who filmed it at the IMAX, so the quality isn't that good. But I wanted to give my initial thoughts on the trailer and specifically how it relates to the predictions I made for Season 5. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to give a spoiler warning for all the books up to A Dance with Dragons, so if you haven't read them yet, you probably should go no further. Also, if you haven't seen the Season 5 trailer yet, you may want to hold off until you get a chance to do that. So my first impression of this trailer is that it looks very Daenerys heavy. I do think she will be one of the main focuses of the season, even more so than previous seasons. She didn't have that much to do in Season 4, and I know many complained about her storyline in that season, but watching this trailer makes me think her storyline in Season 4 was just a setup for what she's going to get up to this season. As multiple shots we get of her and Meereen seem to indicate they're building to a huge conflict, much like in Dance with Dragons. But I think it's going to be much more compact, and I dare say much more explosive, as it seems Dany's forces will outright be fighting the Sons of Harpies in the streets. And speaking of that, I know from the filming rumors and such we got several months ago, everyone was freaking out about Jorah being in the fighting pits, which we see a shot of here in this trailer. But towards the end of the trailer, there's a shot that shows Dany, Missandei, and Jorah, and an entourage of her people in the fighting pits, surrounded by the Sons of Harpies, fighting for their lives. So I'm of the very strong opinion that the fighting pit scene is going to be very different than from the books, but I still think it will end with her going for a ride on Drogon. There's a shot of Missandei and Grey Worm kissing, so it looks like they're going to pay off in some way that romance that they set up between those two in Season 4. We also get a brief shot of a dragon shooting fire. However, I don't think this is Drogon, as it seems to be a dragon in the dark who comes out of nowhere, so I think it may be one of the other two dragons that are locked up. It could mean that they're having a scene where somebody tries to steal them, happening this season, even though in my predictions I said it probably won't happen until next season. Or perhaps they just have a shot of one of them locked up being all pissed off. Or I'm wrong and it is Drogon. We'll just have to wait and see. And speaking of Daenerys, what Varys says to Tyrion in the trailer makes it clear that he is supporting Daenerys, and that's where he's sending Tyrion, which is pretty much just as I predicted, as we see Varys telling Tyrion that the Seven Kingdoms needs a ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name. And when Tyrion says, good luck finding him, Varys replies, who said anything about him? And then they cut to a shot of Daenerys. I know a lot of people are complaining about Aegon being cut from the show, but I had assumed this was going to happen a long time ago, so I've already made my peace with this. Of course, in the books, at the beginning, Tyrion was told he was going off to support Daenerys, so it could be the same deal here, but I doubt it. Because of that scene where Arya overheard Varys and Illyrio talking in Season 1, I do believe that was a setup of who Varys really backs, and in the show it's going to be Daenerys. And then we get another brief shot of Varys walking walking with Tyrion in what appears to be some other village or foreign place, which makes me think he will travel with Tyrion for at least a little bit. Another big thing that caught my attention in the trailer was a shot of Marjorie and Tommen's wedding. As I was slightly worried that they might change things up in the show and not have them married, but I'm glad to see that isn't the case. This is one of the things I'm most interested in seeing this season, is the big conflict between Cersei and Marjorie and how she's going to try to use Tommen against her. I'm really pumped for this. But what was also interesting about the wedding scene is that it looked like the old High Septon, the same one that married Tyrion to Sansa and Joffrey to Marjorie, was the one presiding over this wedding. So the fact he's still alive indicates to me that this will happen somewhat early in the season, which I also think is great. We also get a few shots of Dorne and the Sand Snakes, and even a shot of Jaime in Dorne, but we don't get nearly as much as I thought we would. We also didn't get that much from Cersei. Most of her stuff looked to be from the first several episodes, such as her lines to Jaime about wanting to find Tyrion. I suspect that would be the first episode, but it's good though. It's not giving too much away about her storyline. We also see several shots of Jon Snow in the north. He's looking very leader-like, so I suspect it's showing him after he becomes Lord Commander. We get a few shots of this far north place by the sea, which I can only assume is the East Watch. We also see a quick shot of a bunch of wildlings led by the Lord of Bones, who in my predictions I stated I didn't think he would be in Season 5 since he was such a minor character in the show. However, I still think he won't play that big of a part and will be nothing like what his role was in the books. In fact, I predict that he will take Tormund Giantsbane's role from the books of being the one still leading the wildlings in the wild, but we'll have to see. The last thing I want to talk about I found kind of interesting was Littlefinger talking to Sansa at the beginning of the trailer, telling her to seek revenge. And because I know Littlefinger goes to King's Landing in Season 5, this looked kind of like a goodbye speech right before he leaves. And later we get a shot of a bunch of soldiers of the Vale on horseback riding off, which is kind of getting me thinking that Sansa's going after the Freys, perhaps replacing Lady Stoneheart's role. But I kind of doubt that, but it's possible. We'll just have to see. So overall, I fucking love this trailer. This is a real motion picture quality trailer, and for those afraid that Season 5 wouldn't be that great because the book is based off of, or a bit slow and boring at times, I think Season 5 has the potential to be the most exciting season yet. It looks like the show is going to cut a lot of the fat and really condense most of the feast and dance. And I know many are upset about all the characters that are being cut or potentially being cut, but I think it's going to make damn good television regardless. So that's it for my thoughts on the Season 5 trailer. I might make another review on this trailer once the official version is released online, and I will be doing one for future trailers to come, so you should subscribe to keep up with all that, and thanks a lot for watching.